The glow of a phone screen illuminates a face in the dark. One partner scrolls, the other stares at the ceiling, both lost in their own worlds. The space between them is thick with unspoken thoughts and silent questions. This is the quiet erosion of modern love, a slow drift that goes unnoticed until the distance feels insurmountable. We live in a world promising connection, yet we often feel most alone with the person beside us. Mornings are rushed, affection is routine, and conversations are reduced to logistics. We become project managers of our lives, forgetting how to be lovers. At dinner, phones sit on the table, silent but always present, ready to interrupt. A notification steals attention, a conversation thread is lost. These small interruptions send a message: something else is more important than this moment. We build walls, not with bricks, but with silence and assumptions. Vulnerabilities go unshared, desires unspoken, questions unasked. We retreat into ourselves, mistaking lack of conflict for peace. The silence grows, becoming a third presence in the room. It smothers intimacy and suffocates joy. We call it peace, but it's the calm of a cold war. Resentments and needs buried beneath the surface. The real danger isn't fighting, it's the slow, silent drift apart. This is the symphony of disconnection, playing out in homes everywhere. The question is, will we notice before the silence becomes permanent? Or will we let the quiet swallow what's left of our love? Our lives are filled with noise, city hum, social media, endless news. But there's a subtler noise, the distractions we invite into our relationships. I call it ambient relationship noise. The busyness, the to-do lists, the constant stimulation. It creates the illusion of a full life, but often masks an empty connection. We use noise to avoid the hard questions. Are we happy? Are we growing together? We promise to connect later, but later never comes. The noise normalizes distance. We function but don't truly connect. We mistake routine for understanding, comfort for intimacy. Underneath, unspoken needs and resentments fester. The noise doesn't solve problems, it just drowns them out. We fill every quiet moment with distraction, fearing what silence might reveal. But by running from silence, we run from intimacy. True connection requires facing the quiet and each other. The real risk isn't boredom, it's never truly knowing the person beside us. What would happen if we let the noise fade and listened instead? 4 couples, each at a different stage of disconnection, seek a radical solution: a digital detox safari retreat in Africa. No Wi-Fi, no distractions, just the wild and each other. The idea is thrilling and terrifying. Leave behind routines, face what's broken, and hope for repair. As they journey from city to Savannah, technology fades and nature takes over. Phones lose signal, laptops are packed away. The only entertainment left is each other. The silence is awkward at first, unfamiliar and raw. The camp is beautiful, rustic, and profoundly quiet. The staff encourages them: embrace the quiet, listen to nature, and to each other. For these couples, the wild offers a second chance to strip away noise and rediscover connection. They hope to find the spark buried beneath years of silence. In the wilderness, there's nowhere to hide from what's been left unsaid. The question is, will they find each other again, or discover there's nothing left? The first day in the wild is a shock. The silence is deafening, amplifying every unspoken tension. For Maya and Ben, conversation dries up. Logistics are gone, leaving only a void. Ben tries to talk about their future, but Maya deflects, afraid of what honesty might reveal. Their silence is heavy with years of dreams deferred and disappointments swallowed. Chloe and David fill the quiet with activity, performing happiness, but cracks show. A dismissive comment reignites old resentments. The silence that follows is colder than the night. Sarah and Tom, exhausted new parents, barely speak. Their silence isn't angry, it's hollow, the result of being consumed by parenthood and forgetting their love. The Savannah's beauty contrasts with their inner turmoil. The quiet offers no comfort, only a mirror for their emptiness. Each couple faces the reality of their distance with nowhere to hide. The silence is no longer just absence of sound, it's a presence demanding to be acknowledged. In the wild, the cost of avoidance becomes impossible to ignore. The question is no longer what's wrong, but whether they have the courage to face it. The Savannah strips away distraction, leaving only truth. Will they speak, or let the silence define them? The night falls and the quiet deepens. As night falls, the camp's quiet shifts, no longer empty but watchful. A low hum rises from the grass, unsettling the guides. They warn everyone, stay close, don't wander. Around the fire they share a legend. The listeners, spirits drawn to silence and unspoken words. The listeners feed on repressed emotions, growing stronger where communication has failed. The couples laugh nervously, but the hum grows louder, and fear takes root. In their tents, the silence feels charged, almost dangerous. Liam and Noah feel it most. Every unspoken accusation thickens the air. Shadows flicker, the hum vibrates, and it feels as if something is listening, waiting. The listeners aren't monsters with claws, they amplify negativity, turning inner fears into external threats. A whisper becomes an accusation, a shadow, a betrayal. The couples realize the monsters outside are the ones they've carried inside all along. In the vast darkness, the true danger is the silence between them. The night is just beginning. The third night descends into chaos. The listeners, now strong, turn silence into a weapon. For Maya and Ben, echoes of their younger selves taunt them with lost dreams and unspoken truths. Chloe and David's rivalry becomes a monstrous creature, feeding on their jealousy and resentment. Sarah and Tom are haunted by phantom cries, their exhaustion and fear of failure magnified. Each couple's silence is exploited, their deepest anxieties brought to life. The listeners thrive on what's left unsaid, turning avoidance into torment. The silence is no longer a refuge, it's a source of terror. The only way out is to break it. In the darkest hour, Liam breaks the silence. He shouts, not about monsters, but about missing Noah, about missing even their fights. The words are raw, honest, and the humming outside falters. Noah responds, admitting his own fears and the wall he built to protect himself. As they argue, cry, and finally listen, the oppressive atmosphere lifts. The listeners weaken, starved of silence. The breakthrough ripples through the camp. Maya confesses her fear of disappointing Ben. He admits his own failures. Their silence shatters, replaced by clumsy, heartfelt words. Chloe and David finally voice their jealousy and insecurities, shrinking the monster outside. Sarah and Tom share their exhaustion and fears. Finding strength in honesty, the phantom cries cease. The listeners cannot feed on confessed fears, only hidden ones. Painful words become the antidote. The couples learn honesty is the only way to banish the monsters. The night grows quiet, not with fear but with relief. The silence is finally broken. Dawn brings a new kind of silence, calm, peaceful, and full of understanding. The couples emerge, exhausted but lighter, truly seeing each other for the first time in years. The silence is no longer oppressive. It's comfortable, filled with meaning. On the journey home, gestures and glances replace awkwardness. They've faced their demons and learned that silence itself isn't the enemy, it's what we hide within it. Life resumes, phones buzz, emails pile up, routines return. But something has changed. The couples no longer use noise as a shield. They carve out quiet moments to connect, not avoid. Phones are put away at dinner, real conversations happen. Intimacy becomes a daily practice, not a destination. Silence is now an invitation, not a threat. They know the monsters lose power when brought into the light. They navigate quiet spaces with courage and grace. Problems remain, but so does the willingness to face them together. The wilderness taught them to speak, to listen, to be present. The real journey is ongoing. In the end, they've learned to find each other in the quiet, and that makes all the difference. The story of the listeners reveals a truth. We fear silence, but real love is built in quiet moments. Enduring love isn't constant excitement, it's the courage to break silence, to be vulnerable, to have hard conversations. Honest conversation is the architecture of connection. Every real feeling shared, every genuine question asked adds to the foundation. The listeners are a metaphor, but the threat is real unspoken words, and silent resentments corrode relationships. We must make space for real conversations, not just deep confessions, but a culture of openness. It means putting down distractions and offering undivided attention, listening to understand, not just to respond, creating a safe harbor for both partners to show up fully, flaws and all. The antidote to distance isn't grand gestures, it's the simple act of talking and listening. Love is a verb, a constant practice of rebuilding connection. In that practice, we find not just survival but the deepest joy. The monsters of silence lose their power when we choose to speak.